think I'm perfect. It's just perfect. I'm perfect.
Yo guys, what's up? It's Mike, and in this week's video I'm going to be talking about applying to a job or internship as a trans guy. Before I start this video, I just want to let you guys know that if your safety feels in jeopardy in any way, shape, or form, then it is important for you to maybe not speak about your gender in the beginning or discuss anything along those lines, just so that you're comfortable and you're aware of everything that's happening around you. Another thing that I just want to say is that coming out isn't supposed to be easy. Coming out is supposed to be uncomfortable. I know it sucks, but it's a part of growing as a person, and one day it might be easy for you, one day it might be just as hard, but it's definitely a process, and it's going to take coming out and talking about being trans to really allow yourself to be comfortable saying it to other people. Also, this video is going to be based off of pre-T people, people who haven't changed their gender marker, people who don't have their name changed on any legal documents whatsoever, so that's mainly what I'm going to be focusing on. So one small thing you could do before you go into your interview is maybe if you know somebody in the company already, you know somebody who works there, or you even know the manager's phone number that you're going to be discussing with. If you're not comfortable bringing up your gender face-to-face, then you could, call him, let him know, and kind of give him a heads up, or maybe somebody that you know in the company could do that also. Another thing that you could think about doing is meeting with the interviewer during store hours, and this is important because if the situation was to ever escalate, it would be in a public place. Although it can be annoying to declare your sex, gender, and all that type of stuff, it is temporary, and one day you'll be able to change that, so I wouldn't worry about it so much. I know it sucks to have to write that on an application, but it is important to have your legal information put on your applications. This video is going to be really based off my personal beliefs on how someone should handle the situation. There are many others, so I do suggest that you go out and look at some others before you just decide that mine's the right one. It's really important to be honest from the beginning. I think that, if you don't go in and be like, look, I'm trans, if you got a problem, da-da-da-da-da, but it's really important for you to be honest and upfront, because once you get that off the table, and once you kind of tell them what you're uncomfortable about, it's really easy to open up and to show them the person you really are, and that really shows them that your gender identity isn't of value as much as your personality as a whole. And once you come out to the interviewer, the person that you're talking to, it's going to benefit you either way. Let's say it goes poorly and they're an asshole and you don't want the job anymore. That's not the environment that you want to be in. Use it as experience. I mean, it's all a part of life, and taking that situation and maybe not even working there, but gaining better interview skills and experience it's really important, not just for applying for jobs, but just having conversations with people in general. Another thing that you should really remember is that if you don't make a big deal about it, someone else probably won't either. If you just put it out there and you're like, yo, this is what's good, I'd like my name tag to say this or whatever, and they're like, okay, cool, like, no one's really gonna think anything of it if you don't talk about it, if you don't mention it. I mean, there's no real reason why anyone would feel the need to talk about it other than, casual gossip, because everybody does that. This topic is uncomfortable to talk about, and a lot of people know that, and I think that you being upfront with the person who's interviewing you or the manager, it really shows how you can take uncomfortable situations and, make them something that's not uncomfortable, and that's really a good quality in an employee. So myself, I've had 3 jobs, 2 of which I applied as of Michael, and then one of which I applied as my previous self, and the second job was kind of uncomfortable. My brother also worked there, so the manager was fully aware of the situation, and so did a lot of other people. So it was kind of uncomfortable, and it was the town I live in also, so, yeah, apply elsewhere. Small towns suck, so I suggest going out of your town. Second place was kind of funny, actually. I applied everything legal, everything matching my passport and my license, and I ended up meeting the manager before the store opened, and I knocked on the glass, and he came over and he says, "We're closed," and I was like, "It's birth name," and I just started laughing. It was so hard not to laugh, and he didn't really understand what was happening. So once we sat down, I kind of talked to him, and you know, I just had casual conversation. I assumed he kind of like knew at this point, but and then we started talking, and I said, "Look, I'd really prefer to be called Michael. I was wondering if we could do that, whether it's on the name tags or the system, just something so we can put that in place now." And we had a really great conversation, actually. He was wicked awesome. I love him. I still work there, and it's been really great. People at the store, at the company that I work at, they're completely aware of my birth name just because it's on the receipts, and we couldn't change it in the system. You know, and I can make jokes, and I can joke around, and it's not the topic of conversation, and I've really, you know, I've been on testosterone since I started there, and a lot of changes have happened, and people have struggled with pronouns. It's gonna happen, and it sucks, but, you know, it's all a process of change, and one day, whether you know, have surgeries or hormone therapy, or whether you're just yourself, you know, people will understand, and the world is progressing. There was this one girl who I saw on the schedule, and I'm in college now, so I came back and I saw her name, and I was like, crap. I've played softball with her for a long time. Her dad was an amazing coach, and it was really great. I was worried when she got there, because I hadn't seen her in years, and we hadn't talked for like a good hour of working there, so I was a little uncomfortable. And then she just looked at me and she was like, "So Mike, you go to Leslie, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, I'm going there too." And I was like, "Oh my god." So, you know, it's really nice when people respect that and acknowledge what you prefer. You know, at the end of the day, I think that just because you don't believe in someone's lifestyle, just because you don't believe in someone's, you know, sexuality, gender, anything, it doesn't really mean that you can't respect them as a person. And I think that, you know, if you're upfront and open with people, you'd really be surprised about their reactions, and even how you feel about it, and the conversations that you have with people. But guys, I really wish that there was a video like this when I was looking and applying to jobs, because it really would have helped a lot. I haven't seen much out there, but if you guys, you know, see any other good videos, comment them below, help other people out. Like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.